Good afternoon, everybody. It's game day 4 here in Milan, Italy, and the two unbeaten teams in this group face each other in what could be the decisive game of who ranks first in this group. Here's the schedule for this afternoon's games. Greece and Ukraine will be followed by Italy and Croatia after Estonia got their first win, a big win over Great Britain. Here's the Group C table. As you see, Ukraine and Greece sit proudly at the top, 3-0. Croatia with a 2-1 record, and you can see how important tonight's game for Italy is as they sit 1-2 and just hanging on to the qualification place. We're just about to get into the individual player introductions. With me, as she's always been for every game here in Milan, Italy, is Azania Stewart, the Great Britain and London Lions centre. Azania, both these teams have been so good in their own very, very different ways, and they come here with an unbeaten record.
I would have to agree with you. Both of these unbeaten, but have been playing their style, and Ukraine have been tremendous, managing to really dig out wins. They won a 1-point game versus Estonia. They got a great win versus Great Britain, really getting better and better as the tournament comes along. Mihailuk, 25 points. He was their NBA star, absolutely killed it. But then you sub in Sanon, who had 17 points, excuse me. They really don't drop off as the bench goes, subs in and out.
I know, and Sanon for me is it's one of those great things from a coach's perspective.
Yeah.
In you go, I know what you're going to do. And he just is aggressive, both ends of the floor, puts it up, you know you're going to get it. And the rebounders know as well. And you love the way they've grown into each other as a group. Greece, on the other hand, they've had issues coming here with injuries, but everyone's returning to full fitness, and they put on some great performances here in Milan.
Yeah, they didn't have Giannis Antetokounmpo yesterday versus Great Britain. No injury, just a rest. 2 days for him. He's back in the lineup. But that meant Papa Giannis could step up into that place. 17.6 rebound was fantastic. But then also Slukas went for 8 from 10, 21 points. A different game with him because usually we see Dorset go off, but it's because Giannis Antetokounmpo finds so much defense around him that he can kick. And Dorsey has had a great game, but then Slukas was the man of the match yesterday.
Well, it's great to see Slukas and Papagiannis both recovering from injuries. Greece have, I think, Coach Tudor said only had one practice with everybody in it, but that has not stopped them getting to the point where they're 3-0. They're sending a message to the rest of this EuroBasket, and Coach Tudis is exactly what everyone knows he is, a great coach and a very demanding coach, and his team have responded in real style. We're going to talk about this more after the national anthems of both countries, and we'll start with the national anthem of Ukraine and then the Greek national anthem.
If you please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem of Greece.
Well, national anthems always tell you it's national team basketball. The atmosphere, the attitude, everything just gets very special. Both players, sets of players exchanging gifts at the halfway line. We're going to get a look at the starting lineups and everything in a moment, Azania. After, I think, maybe we're going to get a look at the trophy. And here it is. This is what it's all about. Some of the countries winning now have had some of the biggest names in world basketball. Here's the starting lineup for Ukraine, and obviously Mahaliuk, but this team is, Pistovi gets a start. They go very big. Yeah,
they go very big, and they did that at times yesterday. And having Pistovi and Alex Len. Alex Len had 11 rebounds, only 3 points, but they look good. They got to look for each other. I like them when they play high-low, but this man went off, was instant offense. Had 25 points, is averaging 20 points in this tournament, but really can get a bucket. He's a walking bucket whenever he needs it. Ukraine will look to him early and often.
Well, Coach Pat Gatskis has really given him and Alex Len a lot of time to feel comfortable in the roster. Both have grown through the prep and the World Cup qualifiers. But there's nothing about being comfortable in this roster. You just have to perform. Kostas Papanikolaou, the veteran, has really given them the glue. But the backcourt of Kalethis and Dorsey is great, but the man on the inside is just a different animal.
Yeah, and they call him the Greek, the Freak for a reason. Didn't play yesterday, so no doubt he is fresh in the legs, ready for anything that Ukraine throw at him. Averaging 26 points, 11 rebounds. He's got double-doubles in all the games that he has played. He's also his teammate from Milwaukee Bucks, Chris Middleton, is also in the house. So that's nice support there. We see the head coach of Greece. You know he's ready. Yeah, Coach
Tudis, one of the coaching big names in European basketball. The third team on the floor, Mr. Castilla, Mr. Mastle, and Mr. Sklop from Spain, France, and Germany, respectively, getting up close and very personal, almost, with the EuroBasket trophy. And we are literally just under a minute and a half away from this tip. It'll be interesting to see if matching size for size works, Azania, because the size of Ukraine is good, but is it going to be good enough?
Yeah, I think they're very powerful, though. They're strong. I want to see Bliznok also get to the rim. He's so good at that, and found that offensive kind of come to him a bit late. We wanted it in the first half, but he got it going in the second. It's going to be a very interesting game. This game really is a mini final when you think about it. Both teams undefeated, and both teams need this win to top the table.
Well, during this TISO countdown to the tip, that's the thing, that question for me, that each team has decided to play Antetokounmpo in slightly different ways.
Yeah, we saw the Croatians kind of zone him up, didn't we? We've seen teams throw doubles at him, but really, that doesn't matter. He's going to go for 20, and it's how you slow the other 4 players on the floor. Antetokounmpo is going to get his highlights. He's going to get his numbers.
And that's one of the things that Coach Atudis was referring to in his timeout, in his press conference yesterday. Not having him on the floor, other players got some rhythm, and they can go deep, this team. A lot of experience across the roster. So it's going to be intriguing, because Ukraine, nothing to lose here. They're already qualified for the next stage. That's an achievement for them. That puts them in the one-off games, as you see
Chris Middleton
in the house with various other members of the establishment at the Bucks. So here we go then. Wherever you're joining us from, welcome to Milan, the beautiful city of Milan. Ukraine in the blue uniform, Greece in the home white. And this one, you got to hope the Ukraine start well. They've got to shoot the ball well from the perimeter. Then they're in the game. If they are a step off the level they've set so far, Greece are going to go 4-0.
And remember, Greece are a very emotional team, right? But we have seen most of the Estonian fans have stayed, and I think they're going to support the Ukrainians.
Good atmosphere coming in the gym then. Here we go. Oh, the referee steps into the circle. Pistovi and Antetokounmpo will jump it up. Everyone needs to get their feet in the right place. Very particular. And we're on the way here in Milan. And Nick Kalethis will have an opportunity in the half court. Antetokounmpo turns the corner, watch out down the lane, off the glass, and one.
And early and often we spoke about Antetokounmpo finding his offensive every time. Every game we've seen him score the first bucket for Greece there, puts the pressure on Pustovi, and he's already picked up his first foul in 10 seconds.
Once he turns the corner, you may as well stop and let him score, because once he turns the corner, he's just gonna literally take you to the ring. Gotta stop him early, if that's at all possible. Here he is on the free throw line. Completes the three-point play, perfect start. Greece got the man they wanted to get the ball. He finishes the play and makes the free throw. Opens up off the glass. Gotta make the shot. Sidorf looks around at the officials, say, hey, give me some help here. Antetokounmpo leads the break. Dorsey. He steps, they're gonna call that a push-off. And Dorsey and the referee not agreeing with that, but Zotov gets the start for...
I would love to re-see this. Let's see.
Well, that's
That's more acting skills, in my opinion. Sold very, very well.
Yeah, but, not sure. Not sure at all. It doesn't look much to me, does it?
No.
No. So Zotov, who didn't play in the World Cup qualifiers, gets a start again. It's his second start in the competition. And it goes up, throws up the tough one. Short, wasn't balanced. And here comes Kalathis. Flips it. Dorsey. Antetokounmpo on the ball reversal. Big step.
And that's a lot for Pustovi to have to guard, to leave him by himself. That's a great mismatch for Greece, and they are taking every advantage of it.
Nice find. Zutov attacks it, needs an extra one, and he's fouled. It was a bit sloppy because he lost control of the basketball. But as coach is saying,
calm down.
Yes.
Slow down.
You have 24 seconds to try and get a good one. If you got a wide open one early, that's fine. But
yeah, but I think that's you've got to give your hats off to Greece's defense. They speed you up out of your control.
They definitely take you to where they want you to go. And Zutov has it on the baseline. And Gaddis starts his conversation, which is always respectful.
Mikhailuk
is in the corner. Papanikolaou, one of the best defenders around, can't contain him, but he has to forces him to the lean away. And Antetokounmpo playing point guard.
Yeah, and that's where he's dangerous, in my opinion. The other Antetokounmpo brother.
Kalathis gets to the ring. Pustovi stops him, but beautiful little spin back. Didn't get the two to go. And at the moment,
they're picking on Pustovi. It's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good idea by the Greeks.
Nick gets to the middle again. Great rotation. Zutov for three. That's the shot they got to make. Antetokounmpo cleans house on the glass, gives it up. And you're going to have a holding foul on Zotov, who took one for the team because he had no chance of recovering.
And really smart pin here by Thanasis. Look at this, Arxie's brother, and he just gets a hug and an easy call for the referees.
Auditioning for Strictly Come Dancing or Dancing with the Stars, wherever you see that program. Antetokounmpo underneath, in traffic, tries to come out of that traffic, goes up off the glass, and they're going to give him a whistle.
And Ukraine really smothered him and squeezed him. I thought he was going to push it out, but the same play, but the opposite way around now. The other brother passing to the other Antetokounmpo, and really could have pushed that one out,
yeah,
I think.
He could, but, and then, you know, if Len if they called the foul on Len, he was not quite straight. That's the only way they could call, because they all like good position, and Antetokounmpo doesn't care. He's going to power up through that.
Yeah.
On the free throw line. Ukraine have to settle down offensively, get some ball movement, decide the shots they want. At the moment, they're trying to create shots.
And how long do you go with the two 7-footers?
Yeah, it's always an interesting one. They've got Heron on the bench, and he's you know, he still gives them enough size. Heron, he's like 2'11", so
and he works hard.
Yeah, they've literally got 3 7-feet plus guys, and
Chichenko also 17 points last game.
I mean, they have size and they have enough, but I don't know if anyone has enough if Antetokounmpo gets it deep enough.
Right. A rare miss for both. He's been working on his free throws on the off-season, so he won't be happy with that. Misses both. Here comes Ukraine.
So Tub will take the ball screen. Len rolls. That's a little better. They're exploring options. Wisnuk comes off the screen. Pustovi rolled, but Anthony Kumbo can guard too. That's how long he is. Two-top, pick and pop. Len needs the extra pass, goes back to traffic, has to take a tough one. And great defensive effort by Greece. Just contained everything. Papanikolaou gives it up. Kalathis looks at his options down the lane to Nikumbo, to the right-hand hook for two.
It's really just simple, isn't it? It's a clinic for Antetokounmpo, getting exactly what he wants, where he wants it. And nobody's really hitting him early. Get him off.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? That's what Croatia did, put bodies in his space.
Yep.
Here's Mihailuk. Ukraine just need something easy, but there's too much dribble.
Yeah, they need movement.
Off the glass for two is good, and Papanikolaou just turned his shoulders too far, opened up the lane. And the easy two for Mihailuk. Kalathis in the half court. Wow, if Nick Kalathis gets his three-point shot going, then let's just save ourselves the time. Let's just go now, because you know people will offer him it. He'll take it, not always making it, but he made that one.
And here it's
unsportsmanlike foul,
for Dorsey. I would like to re-see that, but you're right. If Nick Kalathis, he's so good when he spots up and he has time. I don't know where that happened so quickly. Unsportsmanlike foul, as he's going to have to take a seat. That's his second personal foul.
Yeah, taking him out, they have to take him out with two. Well, Artudas always does.
Yep.
They simply have to make the throws, make it a 10-4 game, and then come down the floor and hopefully eat into that, get some momentum.
Yep.
Things don't get any easier, though, because Kostas Sloukas comes into the game.
Right. Had 21
and
points yesterday.
And Kalathis and Sloukas have played so much national team basketball together, it's almost intuitive the way that they work. And Papanikolaou's been part of that 1-2-3 spots for Greece, and they literally have played numerous internationals together.
And now Ukraine bring on Sanon and keep Mihailuk. We've seen them sub like for like, but now they're playing together.
Yeah, look, with 4 on the clock, gonna have to put this up, gets inside, gonna have to take a tough one, gets the two, super little move.
With the defense on his back.
And Antetokounmpo literally playing the point guard spot. Nice pass. Keep it in the family.
Yep, a little brotherly love. Antetokounmpo to Antetokounmpo, we love it. So there's 3 brothers on this team out of 4.
Len with a back up, Mihailuk. Great defense by Kalathis. Sealed the baseline, but didn't get any help as he brought him back. And Mihailuk's responding to the challenge.
Yes, he is. 6 points out of Ukraine's 8. I told you he's instant offense, isn't he? He knows how to score, he uses his body well, great strength, good speed. And here comes Antetokounmpo, nice little drive and a dump off. Their mum would really like that, wouldn't they?
Oh, that's a picture at home somewhere. Yeah. Skabin Sev, I might be wrong, hasn't played so far in this EuroBasket. Maybe coming back from an injury, but at 2'6", he's in the game. Antetokounmpo with the lead back is blocked. Ling gets a piece of it, and the foul on the loose ball. And that'll put both Greece and the Ukraine into the penalty with 5:44 to go in the quarter. So we could be in for a long one on this first quarter.
And that's Thanasas's second foul, so they'll bring in Agravanis, who's been playing very well, really, as that unorthodox three-point shot, but it works very, very well for him. It was 5 from 6 yesterday from the floor. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 blocks. Good day at the office. Let's see if he can do it again.
Sanon will have the ball. Will take the ball screen. Turns the corner, gets to the far side of the ring. Scouting report would say he doesn't pass, and he found an angle. Great finish.
He's an ultra green light.
Nick Kalathis, they're going to offer Kalathis the 3. the whole game. They go lob to the inside. Agravanis, inside out. Papanikolaou, that left-hand stroke. Sweet as you like. Roll back the ears on that one. Kostas Papanikolaou just strings it.
Good.
I was going to say it's a great catch, but just a bit too much on it as they step on the sideline.
Man, Blizznock like had Spider-Man hands to catch that. But out of bounds, look at this. Grabs it out, yep, and his foot just there on the side. Tiptoed that sideline.
Tachenko checks in, and Tachenko's been impressive as he really provides a lot of energy coming in. Antetokounmpo with 3 is long, and Agravanis is a workhorse on the glass, but pretty much got away with a huge shove on the glass, which I think Tachenko is going to talk to him about. So that's a little late. You didn't really see the push that gave him the space.
He split the defender's legs there, Alex's Len's legs. That's interesting. Any way possible.
15-10, Greece have the early lead, and the percentages are good for them. They're lighting it up already. Sanon needs a bit of space, goes at Agravanis, needs a pass, finds one. Len for 3 is off. Ball's kept alive, but Antetokounmpo will hunt it down. Watch out, easy 2.
Oh, beautiful poetry in motion. Oh. Seriously, so hard to guard. When he gets his momentum going, that is difficult. You cannot stop him.
Sanon floats it inside. Great touch. Skapintsev. Great control. Soft hand. One hand, it just floated it in.
Ukraine sticking around.
Mathis with Slukas, who's not really seen the basketball since he's come into the game, but stops and pops the 3. He doesn't need to see it much.
Yep. And he was 5 for 5 at one point in yesterday's game. He was unstoppable.
Sanon. Nice pass to the inside again, and that little flip hook. Leng does a great job on the glass, and the putback is good.
Well done, Alex, to keep that up high so Giannis can't get to it. High off the glass, good finish.
So they decided to go with size. Nice pass to the inside. Again, don't like the option though. Slukas wisely comes out, makes the really smart decision. Kicks it to the corner. Agravanis, Kalathis, they opens up for him. He's going up for 2.
So intelligent. I love Nick Kalathis. His patience and poise is incredible.
Whistle on the play. Contact underneath. And Antetokounmpo
wanting to complain, but he said, you know what? Good call.
Well, there's the bump of the chest, although maybe it's the one time it works against you that you are who you are, because plenty of players have bumped like that on drives and they just let it happen. But the bump from Antetokounmpo is a little harder than anyone else. Nice finish on the replay. He sits down. And Papagiannis steps in. Georgios Papagiannis, quality in his own right, but is returning from injury. First real opportunity for Itutis to get him in was opportunity for him having to play was yesterday. He took it with both hands. Two from the line, back to a 5-point game, 3 to go in 1. And Nick Kalathis has the basketball. Nice little horn set, nice pass.
Oh, beautiful, on the money. Great setup. Love that. And that's how easy Greece can really fill it up, Mark.
Sanon will turn the corner, gets to the ring himself for 2. Great follow again. And you've got to give a lot of hats. Congratulations to Skapintsev, because he's come in the game and it looked like he's been playing the whole tournament. Great work on the glass, and they still just trail by 5. Slukas comes off the handoff. Him and Kalathis again, just as though they know where each other are. Great rotation against. And Skapintsev really is making an impact. Tachenko is off for 3, just rimmed it in and out.
Good offensive push there. Unfortunate.
They go upstairs and they miss the lob again.
That was there all day yesterday against Great Britain.
Mihajlovic just about recovers it. Skabintsev will set the ball screen. Mihajlovic gets Papagiannis, likes the matchup, thinks about it, drops it inside, and if you Agravanis does a marvelous job. You're going to have to put up the tough one. Shevchenko with a runner. Doesn't get it to go. Chance for Greece to run. Slukas has numbers down the floor. Papanikolaou in the corner. Spins back, needs a pass, finds one. Kalathis attacks the seam and drops it to Slukas for the three. And it would have been a beautiful hoop if it had made it. Agravanis is off. And Ukraine doing a nice job at just competing.
Yeah, they sure are. They're pushing Greece to just one tough shot. If they can just get that first rebound and be out. But they're sticking around, and Ukraine always sticks around, Mark.
Well, drops it out to Skabintsev with a set three, is off. Offensive rebound, Mihajlovic in the lane, is blocked. And Slukas has it, and he's on the run. Numbers down the floor, finds Kalathis, and in the end, they ran out of options. And just a little cute, just a little too cute. Easy throw down for Shevchenko.
Shevchenko had a highlight of his own in the top 10 FIBA. And when you get too sexy with it, it just is a turnover, and Ukraine are all over it.
It's great defensive rotation. Get the ball into areas where Greece have fewer options. 3-point game, last 16 seconds of the first quarter. There's a slight difference between game and possession, but nothing to worry about. Whistle on the play, offensive foul called. Giannis is going to complain. We're going to get another look at it. And Atudis, who's expressed some opinions about the officiating, that's a foul. Area of the game that it doesn't matter which competition you're playing in, referees are cleaning up ball screens, and that's a moving screen. Ukraine have a chance to cut this to one or tie even with the last possession. 7 seconds. Sanon gives it up. That amazes me. Sidorov, who's quick enough, gets inside. Sanon has no time to get it away. And why, oh why did Sidorov pass the ball? But at the end of one, the Ukraine are more than hanging around. They trail 23-20. Nice first quarter. Both teams finding really nice options. Players who need to are really stepping up. Mihajlovic was absolutely out the top draw.
And there's the stat, 67% for Greece, 10 from 15. They're not missing many around the rim. For me, both teams finding their offensive flow pretty good. They found Giannis Antetokounmpo early, and often he sits on 9 first quarter points. As you'll see, most of these highlights will be him, or if not him, dropping it off to his brother Thanasis. But Ukraine, they went with the two big men first. They couldn't stay with it for too long. They brought in some smaller guys, and they look all right. They look good.
Yeah, and Skabintsev in particular was really good off the bench.
He was.
You know, and it's all a relative. You know, he is a big. He plays around the ring. He was playing in the Ukraine, so he's a homegrowner.
Yeah.
You know, he's a homegrowner, and he's playing like he's a homegrowner. He really means something to him. Really worked hard on the glass, and you've got to give him credit for not having any game time. And he really has come in and done a nice job.
And for me, if I'm Greece, how do you stop? You don't want Mihajlovic to get hot and heavy. He's on 8 points. Also, Sanon, you know he can line it up. He's a green light. He does not pass anytime. So how do you stop those two? But go ahead.
Well, you can't help off Mihajlovic. You've got to make him play around the ring. And it's, you know, he got to the ring when Antetokounmpo had stepped out of the game. So I don't think Greece and Atudis will be too worried as long as they keep the ball move. They got a little bit too clever down the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
Move the ball, get an open look. You know, it's Greek basketball is all about this. Is all about great decision makings, and you've got to give Ukraine credit. They've made them put it on the floor. They've taken them to the baseline and really cut down their pass options. So it's He stays with his the same lineup that ended the game, except Papapetru checks in. So it's still a quality lineup with size and quality across the roster. Ukraine will have possession. Chechenko will inbound. And Yusuf Sanon has the basketball. He's a nightmare to guard. You can never take a moment off. Goes in strong again. Turns it over. What an effort. Not good enough though, can't keep it in. That's how you get off the bench. Papapetru, first play of the game, finds himself flat out on the floor, reaching, trying to keep it in.
Yep.
Not giving up on that. Steps out before he gets his hand on it.
Yeah, sacrificing his body. Ukraine's ball here.
Sanon again looking to attack it.
And really turning over the ball when he's not looking to score. He's not a really good passer.
Because he doesn't really want to, I don't think. Sloukas finds, well, he did find Papagiannis, but the pass was just late. And it's just a little step off for Greece, which is the first time they've found themselves like this. And you've got to say that Ukraine is making them speed up a bit.
Yeah, and you don't want to throw a looping pass over a 7-footer Pistovi.
Agravanis, great cut. Just curled off that screen. Goes to work to the middle, goes with a tough little hook. Hits the floor again. But Ukraine working on the glass, come away with it. Sidorov. Sidorov gets the ball to the second side via Pistovi. Pachenko, Pistovi, easy two.
Lovely two-man game from those two. Nice little pick, nice roll. You're not going to stop the 7-footer.
And they had shooters in the corner that they
couldn't leave.
Didn't want to leave, but there's no hair look in the game at the moment. So unless someone's got a different look on Bovrov. Great effort by Sidorov. Couldn't quite control it. Greece will inbound with 14 on the possession. Kalathis has it at the top. We'll get the ball screen and a rescreen for Papapetru. They step off him. Kalathis step back. They'll take that. They've picked that poison. They've made that clear so far.
Yeah, they're going under that screen every single time. They're forcing Nick Kalathis to shoot that three and prove it. He's one.
Handles, gets in the lane, needs a pass out of there. Bovrov for three. Well, the answer, can you leave him, is no. And Ukraine cut it to one. 8:25 to go in two. And again, simple. Penetrate, draw some help, kick it to the open man, make your shot.
Yeah, and they're getting help here from the bench, right? Ukraine is getting this is Bobrov coming off the bench, 3-point, knocks it down. And Greece, you know, they don't like it as soon as any sort of bleeding starts to happen. Coach calls the timeout, and they're in there talking about it.
Well, hopefully we can get to listen to Coach Atudis. But he's not going to be happy with the defensive effort in the end of the first, beginning of the second, because no one closed out hard on that jump shot, and they look a bit comfortable, if that's a bit not too much of an oversimplification. And Lunzis is going to check in. Let's listen to Coach. Well, team's coming out of the timeout. Antetokounmpo's back.
You know what that means?
Well, life becomes a lot more difficult for everybody. That's what that means.
No, that means some highlights are coming.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. It's almost an air of excitement when he steps back in. The fans are on the edge of their seat, waiting for those highlights. 8:25 to go. Quarter two, Ukraine have the 25 to 20.3-point lead. Antetokounmpo returns. Slukas will come off Fabianis' screen, gets into the lane, needs a pass, finds one. Antetokounmpo goes inside out. Slukas, they've got to put this up. Great work by Ukraine. They struggle to get to Slukas, though.
On time, on money. Slukas, one of the nicest, beautiful left-hand shooters in the game.
Yeah. Didn't panic, did he?
Nope.
Knew he had enough time. Shannon penetrates. They line up Pestovi. He ball screens. Tchenko blocked by Fabianis. Antetokounmpo. Whistle on the player. Shannon reached. Didn't like the situation he faced, so...
You better foul him, or...
Yeah, tried to make a genuine attempt at the ball, which that is.
Yeah, and down this other end, as we see the clock running down, and Slukas is on the money every single time. 2 for 2 from the floor.
Antetokounmpo puts it on the floor. Help comes, but not enough to stop the Dreiss pass. But Fabianis couldn't hold it. Antetokounmpo gets it back, takes the short jumper, hits nothing. And the Ukraine save it, but I think blow to the face is the only way I can think. Ham Bobrov holding his head.
I missed it. Let's have a look. The ball hit his face, maybe?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if it wasn't Pestovi, who just, like, in trying to slap for the ball, caught Bobrov's face.
Do you know what? And I don't like that shot from Giannis Antetokounmpo. Stay in your lane. That mid-range jumper, I get you're trying to work on things, but I don't know. I don't know if I like that. He can get a better shot than that.
So Bobrov is going to check out.
You got any snacks, Mark? I'm kind of peckish. Got anything in your bag?
Nope.
All right.
No. And
I'll wait till halftime then.
Skapintsev checks back in. And what a performance he's put up so far in that first quarter. Real impact off the bench. Now he's working with Pestovi. Previously with Alex Lynn. They got that nice rotation. The guy we haven't seen is Valdemir Heron. I haven't seen him yet.
No, he hasn't come off the bench yet.
26-25, the Ukraine with the ball and the chance to go back in lead, and they do. Ilya Sidorov, the game winner against Estonia. Nails the three. Lunas in the lane. Fabianis. Slukas tries to get himself to the far side of the ring, comes back, goes upstairs for the little tip. Real awareness. But they are being taken out of what they want to run so far by the Ukraine. Tied at 28. Same play. Sanon this time upstairs from Pestovi, and whatever you can do, we can do better.
I love that from Sanon up to Pestovi. Meet him on the top level. And turnaround jump shot.
Great work on the glass by Pavetslu. Antetokounmpo again. Feeling this, takes the mid-range jumper, knocks it down. Ties the game again at 30 apiece.
Well, he proves me wrong for the 15-footer. Looks good.
Shannon will take the ball screen again, same action. Now he goes himself. That's going to be offensive.
Wow, let's have a look at this one.
It looks like he's going to get run over by a train.
Yeah, but he drops his shoulder.
Yeah, it's definitely a foul.
Yeah.
Absolutely no question.
What they're laughing at is, come on, that's Giannis Antetokounmpo. How is he falling over? But he takes the hit. It's a smart, solid defensive play as we get to see Slukas just throw it up there. And solid defense by the Greeks. Tied game.
30 apiece, just under 6 to go in the half. And here comes Kostas Slukas. Luns is at the 2, so Slukas drops it into Antetokounmpo. We'll go back to Slukas, lines it up, thinks about the 3, gets inside, drops it into Agravanis. They share the ball, sometimes perhaps too much, and Luns is fouled, and he did a really good job making sure the officials saw it. Sidorov fouled him, and this will go to the free throw line for 3 shots.
There's Thanasis on the screen there. He really starts the game, and they don't really put him back in the rotation, do they?
Doesn't appear so.
No, he starts the game, and the last couple of games doesn't get back off the bench, kind of leaves him on there to rot. So be interesting to see if he comes back in. Anyway.
But with the number of injuries that Greece have had coming in, who knows? It might just be a loading, might just be managing. He doesn't need to bring him back, but I can't understand why he's not in the rotation. Here's Moses on the free throw line. 2 for 2 for him. Only played 4 minutes a game in EuroLeague action last season. Really has blossomed. Sanon, quickness, what a finish.
He literally went around the whole three-point line to get that basket. He's better off just going straight to the rim. Don't pass it, Sanon.
Same way of leaning away to protect. That's going to be an interesting call.
They call it offensive.
Yeah. The contact was all in the chest. Tudis is not going to like it, but let's have a look. You know,
no.
That is the first one. Goes upstairs for Festovi on that one. Nice finish, but there's the lean for 2.
Nice minutes for Sanon. There's still Mihailuk on the bench. I think that's a better look for them, like for like, instead of both of them, because there's only one ball and they both want it. So I think it's better. Let's see here.
Well, he doesn't actually have to be still. He has to have contact in the torso, and he's got to be going. He's got to be entitled to the space. I'm still surprised that there's so much discussion and talking being allowed in the way that it's communication that challenges the official, and that can become just wearing, and it slows the game down.
There's not.
Here come the Ukraine then. 5 to go in the second. Buzluk has it. Looking, they're going to go lateral, then come off the down screen. Here comes Shannon. We'll take the ball screen from Len, who's going to pick pop. Shannon for 3. Got it.
Incredible. He saw the defense go under that screen. You better guard him. He's got a lot in the bag.
Slukas tries to answer. Into the high post. Antetokounmpo looks to create the lane to go to the middle. Rims it in and out.
A rare miss from Slukas.
You can feel
what can you feel, Mark?
an Tudis timeout coming if they score on this possession. Lin just about keeps it alive. 10 on the possession. Luzhnut
6 on the clock.
gets the ball screen, backs out. He's going to have to put it up himself now. Takes the tough one, doesn't get the drop. The ball will go back to Greece. Coach Tudis doesn't pull the trigger on the timeout. And Nick Kalathis checks back in.
And Blusnuk there gets, I think he got a little bit scared. He saw Antetokounmpo getting ready to light his little fadeaway shot. And just that look down makes him miss it. Anyway, Nick Kalathis with the ball.
Still going to offer him it. Mihailuk's back in the game. Antetokounmpo way outside the three-point line. Fakes the handoff. Is fouled. Skapintsev.
And they finally give the technical foul. You spoke about it, Mark, and you've been speaking about it, that the coach, the bench, have been getting involved way too much, and the referees are all over it. Especially
as they've called it. Now, you could argue, ball's in the right hand, he's gone across. Potentially could be, is that really an attempt to play the ball or an attempt to send him to the free throw line? And they're asking for an unsportsmanlike foul, and what they get is a technical. And I'm with the refs. Let the referee make the decision. You can have a conversation, you can obviously try and influence them, but...
Yeah, and then what's not good for Greece is Mihajlovic comes off of the bench, gets a free throw, and sees the ball go through the net.
Absolutely.
And he's been over there on the bench like the bus is coming. He's back in the game.
Antetokounmpo off to the free throw line. This is why I can't understand that they got too excited about it. They could have asked for the unsportsmanlike without challenging the official. They got the foul. Antetokounmpo is going to be going to the free throw line anyway. They just had a conversation where the referee had said, enough's enough. Antetokounmpo makes the first. Chance to make it a 2-point game with just under 4 to go in the first. And Ukraine are in the game. And Greece have, should we say, like, tired or whatever the reason is. They've had poor second halves at times and allowed teams to come back at them. But they're going to be in a game at the half this time. 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Nice from Giannis Antetokounmpo, 13 points, 3 from 5 from the line.
Mihajlovic out top, gets the ball screen, looks a little separation. That's what he needs right now. Agravanis guarding him. Can't get it to go. Antetokounmpo didn't even have to jump for that rebound, but Greece had good spot. Puts it on the floor, going with the left hand, is fouled again. And there you go, right? Gets a tech. So Tudis tells his bench, leave it alone. Referee's made the call, we don't need to do it. That's all it would take the officials to do. Make the call, let's get on with the game. Ukraine
would do much better if they picked Giannis up way sooner. I don't know, it's like they don't know who wants to guard him. And then he just sees a glimpse of the rim and he's going towards it. So Ukraine need to do a better job in defending.
And they have,
the MVP.
They have to go and look at it now because there's 2 fouls in succession that are questionable attempts to play the ball. And if they didn't go and look at it, that would just really unravel. Let's have a look.
Okay, this angle is not good for us. Wait, go front to see the point of the contact. Okay, stop. Let's go with. Okay, give me this camera. Okay. Go normal speed and then we can go back. Normal speed, please. Okay, so here we cannot see nothing. Go front, please. Stop when I tell you. Stop the video. Okay, let's go with this and this one. Go front again. Normal speed, please. Go back. The right arm. Wait slowly, please. Just wait a moment. This camera, number 7 camera, is the good one. Go back. Yeah. And give me the slow motion, please. Okay. Grab the right arm. Wait a moment. There is no holding. Keep going. And actually, it's inconclusive situation because we cannot any holding. So we need to keep the personal foul in this moment. And 2 free throws? 2 free throws for number 34. 3:27 on the clock. Good. Keep.
Well, there you have it.
Thank you.
Took long enough.
After all that, they can't see it. and you know, it's like one of those things for me. It did come from the wrong side, but Antetokounmpo had crossed it over. So at the end of the day, he's on the free throw line anyway. It's just a possession. Has a chance to tie this up at 36 apiece. Just under 3.5 remain in the half.
And Ukraine's over the limit now. So this last 3 minutes, 27 seconds. If I'm Greece, I'm going to the rim every single time.
But you have to make your throws. So it's 2 for 5, I think.
3 for 6.
All right.
Darling. 50%. That's why I'm here. Help you out.
Makes the second, and it's a 1-point game. And the Ukraine just have to keep executing. That's that staggered screen that creates a little advantage for Shannon. Goes to the inside. Ball fake takes Antetokounmpo out the play, and one.
Little high five from coach. He's an instant bucket, isn't it, really? You talked about it. You either love him or you hate him. And right now, the last couple of games, he has been the lover boy, seriously.
Yep.
Incredible. Good patience, good look. Gets his head up on the rim early.
He's so
finishes.
quick, isn't he?
Yeah.
So quick.
And timeout. Greece have had enough. It's 35-38. They want to stop any sort of momentum from the Ukraine lads.
And listen everybody. This number 30 is joking with us. So he stated before the game that I don't care how much money they make, probably saying about Giannis or whatever. He's fucking proven.
Well, that's interesting. Did you hear that, Mark?
Oh, yeah. And good for Sanon.
Yeah,
you know?
he's saying, hey, I'm a baller too, pay me.
Yeah.
And he's showing up and showing out, and he's definitely stepping up to the challenge. With Dorsey also, he's on 2 fouls.
Yeah, and that's the issue they have. They haven't got that quick defender like Dorsey to give him a harder time. But Nick Kalathis is one of the best defenders in Europe in terms of gets his angle right. Dorsey comes back, which is one of those decisions coaches earn their money for.
And you need to trust in him, excuse me.
Yeah, you do.
You've got to trust in that he'll be smart enough in these last 3 minutes not to pick up that third foul.
Another one of these Ukraine players that was playing in the Ukraine at Pomatre. I mean, they do play in European competition. Antetokounmpo took a hard tumble there. I'm not sure it's...
Well, I was looking at Sanon got hit in the face, and then Giannis here. Well, I need to see a whole replay of the whole thing. Here we go. So Sanon gets hit by that brick wall of a screen, and then he gets slapped in the face by Alex. Well, okay, here we go.
And that's now it's one of those things where big guys don't get really a lot of help, because he literally ran into the elbow of Antetokounmpo. That would have hurt Sanon.
Well,
Interesting. They're going to have a look, see if it was unsportsmanlike.
Well, I hope it's quick.
Go again.
Look at both.
Go again. I'm trying to select the best angle. So give me this one. This one. Go slowly to see the point of the contact.
He just misses the ball. If we're being
now go front.
No, he doesn't.
So let's go to use the scale from 0 to 10. What is for you?
This angle is good.
So
Yeah, you touch the face.
yeah.
This angle is clear.
So it's excessive contact.
Yeah. So
C2,
for
a common life foul 25, 2 free throws for 34
306.
and 306. It's okay.
Well,
There we have it.
we're back. Alex then with the unsportsmanlike foul. Antetokounmpo on the free throw line for the 2 shots. Greece will have possession after the 2 shots.
Just waiting for my stats to reline if that's Alex Lane's second foul. That is his second foul. Lovely from the free throw line, 6 from 9.
That closes it to a 2-point game with 3 to go. Ukraine just need to maintain what they have here. Antetokounmpo gets it off to Dorsey. He's going to want to make an impact coming in. Lots of...
5 on the clock.
Kath's going to have to put this up. Steps back for the three, is off. And Agravanis can't grab it, and Len clears up. Chance going the other way. Mihailuk stops, fires up the three in transition, doesn't get it to go. Agravanis recovers, gets the defensive rebound, and Tyler Dorsey will advance the basketball. Gets into the little pocket and blocked.
Great defense by Blesnok with the block. Knew exactly what it was. He's done his scout. Incredible. He's making his money this evening as he kisses it to the sky. He's taking the absolute 30s right now. I love it.
Absolutely. Here's Kalathis. Drops it to Agravanis. Not expecting that at all. Goes out. Turned over again. And he may be joking with him, but he's seriously putting a performance on the floor.
Yep. He's here for the challenge as he claps his team on. Giannis, you cannot get up with the ball. You have to dribble it, but that is tremendous work by Sanon.
Oh, just a great shift. Tremendous shift for him coming into the game. Look.
He loves it. He loves it.
Well, he may be joking, as I say, but the only joke here is actually on the Greeks, not being done by Sanon. He has now created a 5-point advantage, not single-handedly, but he has sparked it. And they've done that.
That's a good shift by him.
Last 2 minutes of the first half. Ukraine with a 5-point lead. Ahead of little lean away in the corner. That's a little trademark for him.
Good money, Mark.
7-point lead. And they don't care who it is.
Nope.
And the other end, Agravanis will hand it off. Dorsey, foul line jump shot. And once you're out of sync, you're out of sync.
Yeah, because he's been sitting over there with the 2 fouls. And all of those normally are nothing but net for him. Here comes Mihailuk.
Inside, wraps the pass. This looks got to go, surely. Gets to Pistovi on the inside, tries to create space. Jump hook for 2 is no good. Dorsey comes down with the rebound. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Nice. Beautiful. He's proving me wrong. He's got that 15-footer in the bag. And what happened is Pistovi drops off of him.
Yep.
Why not?
Here's Lizard. Gets his feet set, gets his shoulders, goes inside, holding foul on Nick Kalathis, and we still have 2 to give.
Smart play there by Alex Len. He sees Pistovi with the mismatch down there with Nick Kalathis and just throws it in there.
Going inside. Little space for Len, and he just didn't panic. Yeah, stayed solid, created space, gets the 2.
Great use of his body there. Alex Len pushes off. Giannis gets his 2.
Kalathis over his head. Antetokounmpo thinks about it, puts up the 3, is no good. And if you have to choose something to offer him, that's one of them.
Yeah, they're forcing him to shoot that, right? Pistovi didn't even run out at him. Said, go ahead.
Kalathis, Pistovi wants the ball screen again. Last 4 seconds between the 2.
Mihailuk has to throw up a prayer. Hits front rim, Pistovi.
Pistovi goes nowhere, has it knocked away. You have to put it up. The tough one is no good.
Woo!
And that is half time, and the Ukraine questions were asked, they responded. They did more than respond, they came back, and Sanon inspired Ukraine lead this 46-39 in the battle for first place. They've got the foot up, they're in front, up 7 at the half.
Well, we got ourselves a game, Mark. We knew it would be. Both of these teams are trying to be the top of the crew. And there we have the stats. 11 from 20, 55% for Greece, and Ukraine getting to the line. 17-17 rebounding game even, but the turnovers 7 to Greece, 5 to Ukraine. Giannis Antetokounmpo leads all scorers with 18 points. Sanon has been the man for Ukraine, to be honest. And he's stepped up to the challenge, clapped in Greece's face at some points, saying, come on, bring it on. Here is the first half highlights.
Well, they got a lot of joy, even though they went with the two bigs, but then they went like big and power forward, and they still got joy out of that inside combination.
Yeah, they got a nice different rotations, different looks that they can have. Sometimes they play Pistovi by himself, Alex by himself, or together. That's a nice little, you know, different looks that you can throw at Greece.
Yeah, I mean, Bobrov came in when they went a bit smaller, but then got hurt after he'd made the three.
Yeah.
So you can't, if you're Ukraine and someone said, right, you're going to play well and be up 46-39 at the half, you said, yeah, fine, thank you. I'm going to take that. The most important thing is Mahelyuk as well has had a fair amount of time on the bench, so he'll be okay. They've got rotations that are working well. They haven't overplayed anybody in the last few games, so...
Nobody over 14 minutes right now.
Yeah, and this is
shared minutes.
This is tough for Greece. And I don't care what people say. You know, there would be times to say, all right, Ukraine, they played well, but they've only beat the two bottom teams in the group, plus they came up with a win with Italy. So they are a team that Greece would have come here confidently expecting to beat, and Ukraine have come here and just played with no fear.
But for me, Ukraine have been tested. They've been pushed all the way. The Estonians pushed them to the last second, and they managed to pull out a win by 174-73. But they're tough, you know, and they're not going to give up. They're stepped up to this challenge.
Absolutely.
And they're ready. And that man there, Sanon, is definitely here for a good time and a long time, because he is playing very, very well. Can we go get our cup of tea at halftime?
You can definitely go and get your cup of tea.
Yeah, I deserve it. I think everyone else should, because the next 20 minutes of basketball is going to be incredible. And we'll see you soon.
All right, well, here we go. Sanon's going to demonstrate how good he was. And he was the real difference maker, the spark that really got this Ukrainian team in the rhythm that led them with the lead. Big boys on the inside, Len and Pistovi were excellent. Well, it's a good one here. Make sure you get ready for the second half. We'll see you shortly for more action here from Milan.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Nice
Sarovsky trying to weave his way past Sorkin, and he gets the score.
Well, he seemed like he had a direct line to the basket, kind of went the other way, finishing with the left.
Jokic back from Davidovats, passes out to the double team. Guduric takes a dribble, three-point shot again. Back-to-back threes for Marko Guduric, back-to-back assists for Jokic.
Oh, wow.
8 points, make it 10.
No, he didn't, Tim. The veteran move, throwing it off the back of Adia on the inbounds.
Smith to the corner. Simon is shot.
Makovic comes over and dunks it, Mark.
Makovic with a big throwdown. Didn't stop working.
Another steal here.
Yanez.
Ooh!
Hey! Runway opens up for the Janinic-Korinja takeoff. The 35-year-old can fly.
What a highlight.
0.3, you can't come down with the ball. You've got to tip the ball to the rim. And they get it. And it's an and one. Down low. Coach loves it. Absolute non-concentration by Great Britain defense.
Great hands. Fontecchio does so much more than scores. Pisu drops it down. Oh! Man, what a block! Here's Smith, ball screen, goes upstairs!
And one. Beautiful play here.
Yes, Kulamay drops inside, great play. Oh! Throw that down and no need to do anything but get back on defense.
Listen, that boy has made me stand out on my seat twice in a row. Big dunk.
Again, forcing the play, there's no need to. Here come Ukraine, they look long. Oh, what a play!
Incredible look up to the rim. And he asked for the ball, put his hand up, he said, hey, throw it, and I'll go get it.
Well, welcome back to Milan. Ukraine just back out on the court. And their locker room would have been an interesting locker room because they maybe didn't want halftime to come.
No, you were right about that.
But the Greeks, quite surprisingly, various points they've spent a lot of time, were quick out of the locker room. I don't think it would have been a complicated halftime discussion with coach. I think it would be much more of a how we've let a team score 46 points on us. That's their issue. Ukraine center with 13. He also has 4 assists, and Len has 3 rebounds. And I think the bigs have looked as solid and consistent for Ukraine as they have looked across this tournament so far. All of them came in and gave real quality minutes.
Yeah, and they're finishing around the basket, which is really good. Setting screens, and that's what you really want, right? Your big man to be great around the rim, set good screens. Sanon and Mihailuk have been great, and it's now time for Greece to answer,
Absolutely.
Right?
And the Dorsey situation really does take him out of their normal rhythm. You know, it's...
yeah, picking up those 2 early fouls.
Yeah, and they took him out for a long time, then put him back with not a long time to go in the... And here's Kostas Sloukas with 7 points and 3 from 6 and 1 from 3 from the 3. Maybe when he didn't get the halftime mention yesterday, they felt bad about it because...
Yeah, he didn't. Where Giannis is sitting on heads. Oh, sorry. Basketball came. It was my time to shine. Sorry.
He's how he bounced it. You don't get the assist.
Oh, whoa. Came in like a rocket, but don't worry. Got good hands. And that's exactly what the Greeks are going to need if they want to come back and win this game, because Mihailuk sits on 11 points, also a walking bucket, 4 from 10, 40%, and 3 rebounds, but he knows how to fill it up, and he can find a good look anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, he doesn't normally force him. My thing about him is that for someone who wants to be a shooter and is a shooter, he doesn't take bad ones. And he'll take tough ones, but they're shots that he would expect to make a reasonable percentage on. I love the way Coach Bagatskis has got everybody in his uniform pulling. You know, there's sometimes someone will be their turn to play, the next day it's someone else. They're just always ready.
They sure are.
So we've got just under 2 minutes before the start of this second half. Both teams come here unbeaten. And Ukraine went with that bigger lineup. And I've always played a bigger 4. They've never gone small as such.
And we haven't seen Heron yet still.
Yeah, that's an interesting, maybe the game they're already qualified. He might have a slight injury, even though it's a game against... but he's out there warming up. He's out there
he
looking
hasn't touched the floor at all.
Looking like he's ready to play. But he has put in shifts in all the previous games. So, well, Ukraine, what they've done in that first half is given themselves a real shot at staying on top of this group. So,
and you know what they have done well also, as we see the FIBA approved ball, is taking the emotion and out of the Greeks. They love, you know, score, a big score, a scream in your face, a big block, and they haven't had any of those real big highlight plays to get their adrenaline, get their momentum going.
Yeah, and it's interesting that because they've forced the Greeks into areas where they can't, they have to come up with something a little bit touchy, and they've turned it over in situations where they know that they've limited the number of pass options they have. And that's really quite impressive against the Greek team that is renowned for sharing the basketball. So that's a real, well, one, it's a great job by Coach Bagatskis, but also a tremendous job by his players to actually implement that. Well, the EuroBasket app is available. You can download that app, normal sources or from the QR code. And anything you want to find out about EuroBasket, absolutely everything is on that app, and therefore you can take it everywhere you go. And if you've got it with you right now, you'll know at the half, Ukraine have a 46-39 advantage. Greece will have the first possession. And they go back to 4 of the starters, and Papagiannis, they've had to go big with Papagiannis just to match up against Ukraine. Interesting adjustment by Coach Atudis.
Yeah,
Dorsey goes inside, puts it on the floor. In the lane is fouled, and that's what they miss. Someone who's going to break the defense down and manufacture a shot which is what Sanon was doing for Ukraine.
Yep, you are correct. He had those 2 fouls early, so was on the bench, really couldn't get himself going. And then Thanasis is the one now on the bench for Greece who started. You see what I mean? They start him and then they don't really put him back in. So it'll be interesting. Maybe I need to ask him. I had to apologize for calling him Thanos from the Avengers, but he told me that's okay. That's his nickname.
Oh. Well, who wouldn't want to be called an Avenger?
Right.
So, Coach Atuda's serious as ever. Knows he's in a game right now. Dorsey, 2-2 from the line. And Sanon starting, slightly different look. Bobrov, this is the first time they've gone with Bobrov, who's a smaller 4. Interesting to see how that pans out. Sanon with Papanikolaou. Takes Sanon to the baseline. Great defense by him. The 3 is gone by Tichenko. Doesn't get the drop, and the ball will go back to Greece. So Bagatskis again mixes up his lineups.
Yeah, changing it up. And a hit out of Alex, and he's asking for the tip off of Giannis, but referee's all over it. Here comes Dorsey.
Steps back, toes the line for a long 2. Doesn't get it to drop. And Bobrov, after he took that blow to the head in the first half, Sanon baseline. And that's again taking people to the baseline with no space to play. You don't have to foul then, you have them at a disadvantage. And as long as your teammates are all rotating, you're in great shape.
Yeah, and Sanon apologizes for that one. He knows he was in the wrong. Giannis now.
Great rip and take, inside out. Antetokounmpo's going to travel.
Yep.
Went the way on the extension, not the crossover, and it's almost an automatic travel at the moment.
Yeah, that's the difference between European and American basketball there. Yep, lifts it. You've got to throw the ball down quick. And travel.
2 turnovers for Antetokounmpo today, averages 2.5, so Sanon turns the corner again, puts it in. Oh, what rotation, great job. All 4 Greeks run 4 on 3.
Beautiful
Dorsey
play.
for the 2, numbers down the floor. Point of transition, just phenomenal for Greece. They close it to a 3-point game.
And great, you could see Nikolaithas watching Dorsey run the whole time. But guess who answers right back?
When they need him.
The hair loop, right on time.
In his own space as well, and Greek transition was poor because they let him get set. Kalathis off the ball screen. Again, they let him play, and they want him to play in. Well, Papagiannis called a pass behind him, and Kalathis having to play in areas he didn't want to play in there. Great defense again. The structure defensively is just top draw. Shannon puts it on the floor with the right hand, goes through, fumbles it, rotations there again. And Dorsey at speed, attacks it, second step, little hang time, doesn't get the drop. Mihailuk looks long. Oh, great rotation. Papagiannis.
But right back.
He turns it over. It's a little messy, but Kalathis will keep it. What a pass. Throw that
one down. And one, baby. Gave the look. And the back door. Look at this. Nikolaithas right on the money. And there's the highlight we've been waiting for, and maybe the energy swing that the Greeks needed.
Half-court bounce pass. Tough, one of the toughest passes to make. Dorsey getting out on transition. Things are good for Greece at the start of this second half.
And the crowd love it.
20 points, 7 from 11, and 6 boards. So I think a double-double is an obvious place he's going to end. It just depends how big a double-double it'll be. Free throw line to make this a 3-point game, which he does. Here, look. When they feel the pressure, he never hides. He's always the man who comes to get. Off the glass for 2, tough one. Great rotation by Papagiannis again. And Antetokounmpo will bring. Gets to the foul line. Will probably just recycle it now. No, backs it out. Looks like he's feeling this. Gets inside, goes off the glass, is fouled, and will find himself on the free throw line. Bobrov acknowledges the foul, and that's the 3rd team foul for Ukraine.
This is really incredible. Puts the Jets on. and gets to the rim, and Ukraine have no other choice but to foul him. He makes his way right back to the free throw line. And this is why it was so important for Giannis Antetokounmpo to work and keep working on this free throw line, because they can't stop him, and the only way you're going to stop him is fouling. And that man there to the left talking to coach, Josh, is the reason why his free throw has become so good and a much better clip.
Well, made his last one on the and-one, finds himself back on the free throw line the very next possession. Strokes the first.
There you go.
Chance to make this a single-point game. 7:06 to go in the third, and the Greeks have come back in a hurry. And Ukraine need to remember how they got to where they've got to. Now, the Greeks have obviously would have made some adjustments. Sandon has found it hard at the start of this. Went out. Bobrov, who didn't want to shoot the deep corner three. Sidorov steps back. It's a tough three. Is short. Chance again. Papanikolaou has it. Needs a pass. Finds one. Antetokounmpo.
This is where he's dangerous. Yep. Told you.
And I have a little bit of sympathy with the Ukraine. Looked like he got an extra half a step in, but no one's going to call that. Greeks have the 1 point lead.
But they don't pick him up early enough for me. You let him get speed and velocity, and it's going to be a bucket. You need to stop him.
Here, look, off the glass with the left hand, doesn't get the drop. Great work by Alexei Lin. Papanikolaou tries to front him in the post, gets him to the three-point line. Going baseline, needs a pass. Great pass, great cut, great two.
Lovely work, yep.
Didn't go too soon, waited to see where the lane would be, then just went hard, and nice find by Alex Alin. Kalathis again. Again, they're offering him the perimeter shot, and if you're going to offer him the perimeter shot, you've got to cut off any penetration. And that puts the Ukraine, that's put Ukraine into the penalty, with still just under 6 minutes to go in the third. In fact, it's not a travel.
It's not.
No, it's because his second step is so long. Papanikolaou hung around. Antetokounmpo one-on-one. This is only going to go one way. And there it is.
Really nice finish with Antetokounmpo around the rim.
Back in front. And Mihailuk, as I keep saying, you know, when it gets pressurized, he does not hide Mihailuk. He'll handle the ball. Interesting matchup. Antetokounmpo is going to take him right now. Sidorov, they're playing 4-on-4 at the moment. Ball will stay with Ukraine. And coach is going to take timeout.
Yeah, he wants to draw up something solid here. They have 7 seconds. They're down 1. And maybe have a little chat how you're going to slow down Antetokounmpo on 27 points right now, and we've still got a full 5 minutes in this quarter and the fourth left to play.
Let's hope we get the microphone in the timeout, because this will be an interesting one with Bagalis. I know he might speak 3 languages, but it'll be interesting to see what he draws up.
Look, Alex, stay here. Alex, Bobby.
And we're missing an opportunity. I know sometimes coaches don't like people seeing the board, but Antetokounmpo offensively, we've been impressed all the way through the tournament.
Yep.
With 7 seconds on the clock, without necessarily seeing the board, it would be nice to know what Ukraine are trying to get, who they're trying to get it for.
And we spoke about Giannis getting his, you know, he's on 27 points, but then the next leading scorer is Papagiannis with 7 points.
Yeah, they share him out underneath him. You know, they do get people to score, especially as Dorsey has spent so long on the bench with the 2 fouls. So
But But Giannis is really in his bag, showing all sorts of great moves and a repertoire of his offense. Anyway, here we go. Luke with 7 seconds out of bounds.
Well, they just want to get it in first, and that's going to be difficult enough. They throw it long side. Sidorov puts up the quick release on the 2 and knocks it down with 0.8 on the clock. And they're patient, they get balanced, they get what they want, and they go back one up into the combo. And they're going to foul that.
And you see what I mean?
Yeah.
He's going to get with that. Because they're picking him up so far, look where Alex picks him up. And he has that long, lean steps. He's in his offensive move immediately. So now the referees are going to protect him. Does that make sense? Where if you pick him up earlier, make him have to put the ball on the floor, or how about just denying him? Has anyone thought that?
Well, the thing is that they don't have to send whoever's guarding him to him, just anyone. You know, as you say, pick him up early, that's fine. Whoever's closest to him. Or send someone at him so he feels like he has to pick it up. And then Greece are playing normal basketball again. Yeah,
maybe throw a double, make him pass the ball. Because right now he's on the way for a 30-piece.
And the dilemma of like, well, they can all shoot it. Well, yeah, they can, but they don't shoot 65%.
Right.
So let's find out what else they've got. Well, we know they've got real quality, obviously, but Antetokounmpo makes both again.
Well, either way, it's still a 1-point game.
Yeah. And if he was missing free throws, then fine, you know, foul him. But Ukraine in the penalty. Great rotation. Dorsey was super quick. We talked about that a lot. After you've been screened, where do you go? And he just dived back. Antetokounmpo for 2.
Running a clinic right now, and he fist pumps. And I don't blame you, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Go off, because nobody is picking you up or stopping you.
Yeah. Now look, inside, gets a little body, can't finish. And Greece commits a transition. Dorsey, no help, goes up and 1.
And Greece really going into 5th gear right now.
And I suppose, you know, you're picking this point up the whole time. It's like in the first half, Ukraine stopped Greece getting into transition better than they are at the moment, because at the moment, they can't stop them at all, just running at them. Got to change something defensively. Whatever it is, they've got to change it.
And I don't think they have a certain person who's guarding Giannis.
No. Pestovi's back in the game. He gives them a little bit more quickness. It's the first time they've gone back to the big lineup. And the Bobrov period of time on the floor hasn't really.
And no Heron
really
still.
Off. No Heron. There must be an issue.
I like him. But Bliznok is back in the game as well with the ball.
Maher, look, has to work hard just to get anywhere against Dorsey, and then takes a tough one. Pestovi can't keep it alive, and I think Maher looks almost, watch out, throwing it down, quickness. He had no right to catch the ball. The ball was thrown right ahead of him, just so quick, so controlled.
Yep, and Giannis right out the gates in a track meet. First down the court and rewarded. And Pestovi there. And Greece now breaking open the lead in this fast break layup. Lovely finish. Puts Giannis on 33 points.
What is it, 21-8 in this quarter?
Yeah, 21-7.
21-7. Antetokounmpo sits down, and it's crucial as he's sitting that Ukraine have to get some momentum while he's out the game. They have to win the next 3 minutes. Sidorov goes upstairs to Pestovi, who gets it, goes back with a hook, doesn't make it. Giannis does a nice job boxing out, and again they commit to the break. Kalafis throws it to the corner, wide open. Papanikolaou can't drop it. Kalafis in the half court with a new full team. Agromanis in the game as well. Kalafis for 3 is off. Another offense. Oh, I think we're going to get a pushing foul on the glass, which I didn't see personally. And I'm really not seeing still.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure. Both players say, yep. Nice respect there. And Alex Len now will head to the bench for a few minutes, and they just go with Pistovi.
Oh, this is the smallest lineup they've had on the floor tonight, because there's now no genuine 4 in the game. It's just 4 out, 1 in.
Well, they can afford it while Giannis is
Yeah,
on the bench.
absolutely. And this lineup can score for Ukraine. Attacks it, gets it knocked away, but Tachenko for 3 is no good. Really needed it. And Greece being relentless in transition. Kalathis flips it back, wide open in the corner. Great move. Papanikolaou on the way to the hoop, blows the layup, but I think the foul was already called.
I really like this intensity from Greece. They're really pushing the ball, putting the pressure on the Ukrainians to get back in defense, and it's been very, very successful, and this is why they're up 60-53.
Papanikolaou on the free throw line to get this to a 9-point lead. Don't forget they trailed 6 at the half. So it's a 15-point turnaround if he makes these. Misses the first. It's the answer. What answers do Ukraine have? They started well. They came up with a way of doing the game. They were executed it really well. But now Greece have asked them another question. Again, they're in the lanes. The tough 3 is short. They don't get the roll.
Nope.
And Agravanis, why wouldn't it be him chasing it down? And they push and they push.
Dorsey
Creates a little space for himself to come back, and the soft touch for 2. And they are just literally going at Ukraine.
Yep, attacking the ring, and that's more like it. Dorsey finding his rhythm now. Greece up 10.
Here, look. Agravanis guards him, needs a pass. Pistovi. Here, look on the baseline, puts up a tough one, gets it to go.
How does he do that?
It's just, I mean, he doesn't change his action, does he? Just gets his head up and knocks it down.
Yeah, 16 points. We haven't seen Sanon for a bit either, but Dorsey lights one up, and that looks good. Dorsey feeling it in the second half after having to sit way too long with those 2 fouls in the first.
And it's a little bit a really quick tempo for a Greek national team. They really are pushing it. Normally it's a little half-courty sometimes. Great look, but they've overthrown the pass. The pass was there, just poor execution. And Papanikolaou thanking Kalathis for looking at him. Kalathis looks disappointed he didn't connect. Sanon is back.
Must have heard me.
I'd say you're in the wrong seat.
Listen, I've got many jobs, you know.
Absolutely. Here's Sidorov, who's played extended minutes. No Lukashov either today, so Sidorov on the inside kicks it. Pistovi mid-range 2 is good.
Okay, Pistovi with the 15-footer.
Does it really well, Pistovi. When he gets in that range, he's good. High release, gets the 2, stops a little bit of the bleeding. Still an 8-point game. Last minute of the third, and the third dominated by Greece. Kalathis just puts an exclamation mark under that dominance, and this is his second 3 of the game.
I love that for him, answering, making the defense have to guard, and they're going under any screen, forcing him to shoot it, and he's not afraid of the challenge.
And Agravanis realizes Greece have fouls to give in this last 30 seconds of this third quarter. Doesn't want to get at a disadvantage.
Look, see, they go under that screen and really are making him think about it, and coach loves it.
Well, what coach is really aware of is how teams will try and play them later in the tournament.
Yeah.
And Kalathis has to make that shot.
Which he can.
Yep, as it goes on the inside, doesn't get it to drop at all. Difficult quarter for Ukraine. Kalathis has a 3-second differential between possession and game clock, and will take every single moment of this 24. They go under again. Now he gets a Pistovi matchup. They go lob. inside out, extra pass, Kalafis to go back-to-back threes, which he does. Oh, it's an offensive clinic by Greece.
Absolutely love it. Great job, Nick Kalafis. Beautiful, good little lob pass. They find the mismatch. He stays right there, sets his feet, and that is where he is good. Beats the clock. Nick Kalafis for back-to-back threes, and his team loves it.
Oh, the crowd are always with Kalafis. He's a hero, and they love it when he hits the three. And Atudis, that sums it up.
You smart, he said.
That's it. That's exactly what he is. When he waved away and he told Papias, go to the basket. But there's confirmation. 71-57. Greece, a third quarter clinic by them.
Yeah, puts them up 14. Man, that quarter they scored 32 points to Ukraine's 11. And you got to say they were in and out of that locker room incredibly quick. Yeah, they knew what time it was. They knew what they needed to do.
And all that Tudis has done is say, hey, you guys not at the level we need to be. Let's go and play hard. And they've run every single opportunity.
Yeah.
Made the Ukraine respond, and it's been a tremendous adjustment, if that's what it is, or a challenge.
I would have to agree with you there. They've definitely turned up the speed there. The nice backdoor and highlight, no doubt, that will be on the top 10. But every time they forced Ukraine into a tough shot, they get the rebound and they're on. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone to the rim on the other side, really putting pressure on the Ukraine defense. But then also, they've really turned up their defensive energy, and they look good. Greece are up 14. I like it.
Up 14 and looking really impressive. That's been as good as they've looked. Even when they beat Italy, there were times they looked a little stuttered.
Yeah.
You know, when Croatia, they almost let Croatia back into the game. They weren't running like this.
Yeah, and that last push was without Giannis Antetokounmpo on the floor. So they stay with that same 5. Yep, Giannis is still on the bench.
And while Dorsey's been out there,
right,
and he has finished some plays on the end of transition, it's not because Dorsey's got it and gone. The whole group.
The whole unit, yep.
It's a commitment to running, and they've said, you're not going to stop us. Is it going upside? Tough one on the inside. Nice finish. But Greece have had their run. They've had their marvelous moment in the game. Are Ukraine going to tough this out? They trail by 12 after the first 2, and don't write them off. Came back from the they came back against Estonia, although Greece obviously are not Estonia, but they don't ever believe they're out of it either. Agravanis, wow.
I've spoken about that unorthodox shot, but man, it goes in at a good high percentage.
You do not have to be a super athlete. You do not have to be super anything if you work as hard as him and do the same. That shot is produced the same way every time. In the half court, is trying to come to play now, gets to the middle. Dorsey plays great defense. On the inside, Shannon puts it up because there was no time on the clock. Defensive rebound, Papanikolaou, but sees too many blue shirts. Dorsey has it. Drops it inside. Foul on the play. And Agravanis gets some help from his captain. Picks him up off the floor, Papanikolaou.
Yeah, nice little drop-off pass there.
Sorry,
by Dorsey.
Papagiannis picked him. Oh, no, it was Papanikolaou. I was right the first time. He is, oh yeah, okay, we're up this. We just had a marvelous third quarter. And we'll put Antetokounmpo back in.
Oh yeah, no worries. Here he goes. He's on 33 points and 7 rebounds.
It's a bit of a message game, I think, for Greece, because Greece, traditionally, they'll be good in the half court, and Antetokounmpo will have to power up in traffic. If they start running the floor with the three-point threat they have from the guards, they're going to be a team going deep in this EuroBasket.
And that's what Giannis has spoken about, right? The last thing in his trophy cabinet at his mum's house is a piece of hardware for the Greek national team.
There you go. Means a lot to him. And to her, almost, big time for them. Makes the 3 throws. It's a 17-point game. This has become a 17-point game in a hurry.
Really quick, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. 8:30 to go. Sanon, they've taken on the challenge of Sanon, and they're going at it.
7 on the clock. What does Sanon do?
In the lane, floats one. They're not letting that out.
Got to shoot it.
It's going to be a 24-second violation.
Great defense by the Greeks. They're turning up the heat.
Wow. You need a reaction, they've got a reaction. And Hellas around the arena. It's a mini Athens crowd. Here comes Nikolaithis into the half court, just coming up to 8 to go in the game. And the Ukraine, they can't turn this into a negative. They've got too many positives so far here in Milan. Antetokounmpo spins, comes back in the lane for 2, is short. And again, Skapintsev off the bench does a nice job. Extra pass, Chenko in the corner for 3 is long, and the whole rhythm's gone out of Ukraine.
Yep, because he's been hitting that more often of time. Kalathis decides to put one up for himself. If you're not going to stop him, he will score. The basketball is the most important. Ukraine, they need a timeout. They need to stop this bleeding, and they need to stop it fast.
And this is what coach is going to be worried about right now. His team have been great, but they're now on the wrong end of a very bad quarter, and it's carrying on. They can't come out negative now, because everything that's happened in Milan has been good for them.
Look at that highlight. Nobody stops the ball. Everyone kind of looks at each other, and so smart. That is one of the highest IQ point guards in the world.
Yep. Well, this is a scary, scary sheet for Ukraine. 39 to 13 in the second half. And they're a good team.
Sanon now with the ball.
Yeah, after the timeout, so important to get something you want. Steps back, goes inside. Skipsev really feels a little double team action. 9 on the possession. They had advantage now. They're worse off than they were before. The extra pass, Sidorov's wide open in the corner. They turned it down. They missed a long 2. And Antetokounmpo, here he comes with the basketball. No one stops him, so he's going all the way. I won't mind seeing it again because it didn't look a genuine attempt to play the ball.
Did they even talk about it?
That's not an attempt to play the ball, and it's actually relative. It's potentially dangerous.
Yeah.
And if they don't call it, that gives people the license to just take him out in transition and force him to go like. If they start doing that before the shot, I don't want to agree with Coach Atudis in the way he's doing this, but he's right, 100% right. You have to protect players, and that's part of the reason the unsportsmanlike foul is as it is. Absolutely no attempt to play the basketball.
And the word MVP rings up around the arena, and that puts the MVP on 34 points. To match his jersey number.
There you go.
There you go. There's a lot of Milwaukee Bucks jersey in the arena, that's for sure.
There's a lot of Bucks jerseys, and often the ironic thing against Italy is half the Italian crowd had
they had a Freak t-shirt or Antetokounmpo jersey.
With an Italian flag. It's,
really cool. Lovely moment for him.
Sidorf outside. We'll get the ball screen from Lynn. It goes deep. He's got the matchup. And that's all they had to do. Extra pass. Sidorf attacks it. Great scramble by the Greek defense. And
Lovely offense, yeah.
Forced to make the 2 as opposed to the open 3. So they just limit the damage against the good set. Antetokounmpo is fouled again. And Kanathis is like an orchestra. He's the conductor.
Yeah, he is. But the thing is, his eyes are always, look at his eyes, constantly. Throws the ball on the money, and a big foul by Alex. But if you watch Nick Kanathis' eyes constantly as he pushes the ball in transition, as he comes down, his eyes are always on, especially Antetokounmpo. But, yep, he makes his way back to the free throw line. And this will be his 16th, 17th, and 18th free throw.
Yeah, we just need to record Antetokounmpo to the free throw line and just press play. And that's when, unless the officials do stop it, it's like it becomes a worry. Then Coach Atudis is like, oh, I better take him out. But then he's losing time on the floor of his team, and it's a disappointment. The last one in particular, when there was that no attempt to play the ball. Call it once, and they won't do it very often anymore. A 20-point game. It was a 6-point game at the half, the other way.
Nice.
27-point turnaround. They're gonna have, I think he might have a little bit of blood, which they'll just patch up. Papagiannis is going to check in. What a downgrade to a EuroLeague center. You know, it's this Greek team is talented is an understatement. Slukas in the game as well.
And Ukraine really out of sync, aren't they?
They're really struggling. But then again, is that and that's really because I think Greece just stepped it up. I mean, Kalathis is in the lane. Sidor takes a tough three and drains it. They're having to make great plays. And the Tudis is frustrated because they know the flare screen is happening. And every coach is going to want perfection every time down the floor. They all know that. We all know we're not going to get it. Upstairs for Papagiannis. Throws it down. Wow, this is fun. This is fun to watch offensively.
And Slukas there, he knew exactly what he was going to get. His big man rolling to the rim rewards him.
Shannon, who had a great first half and has just disappeared. Foul on the play, Agravanis. And again, the difference between the good teams and the very good teams. Ball's in the air. By the time he catches it, Agravanis is already down. It's just, as a team, their commitment to what Coach Atudis wants is just 100%.
Very interesting matchup here. Giannis.
They switch it, but
they like him on the point guard, really, from the switch.
Spin to the middle, outside Lin with the three is good.
Yep.
And they're a very, very good basketball team. They just can't live with Greece playing like this for 40 minutes. Slukas would advance the basketball. And they still might get a run. They still might make this interesting. Slukas goes upstairs. Deja vu.
And it's really just a dunking competition. We might as well get our score cards out and put the 10s up, because right now Greece is putting on a show.
Shannon attacks it. Again, whereas in the first half he'd get a shot, now he had to kick it. The over-the-head pass and the assist to Shannon. And like, the last two plays have been great plays, but that's what it's taken to score.
Yes, very difficult, acrobatic shots Ukraine are having to make. But it is a 16-point game. They're cutting into the lead.
Yeah, they're going 3 for 2 the last trips down. Antetokounmpo backs in, steps back, 1 foot.
Bang, we'll have that. That's a tough. Dirk Nowitzki's not in the building today, but he would be very proud of that. That's tough to guard.
Shannon again, they letting him go, and he has to take a tough one. Great follow. Tachenko never stops working. And now we're back to, okay, it's a normalish game, and it's a 16-point game, and this is there's not really enough time, and Greece are just managing the game. They're making the Ukraine take tough shots to get anything.
Dorsey.
Yep. There you go. It's like, I'm open, Antetokounmpo sees me, he's going to give it to me.
And they have a nice connection as, yep, we like it. The three-point shot, Dorsey has really lit up and back to his old ways in this second half, 13 points.
Shannon turns the corner, going against Papagiannis, who bumps him. I'm not sure about how much of a foul that is because he's in stance.
And here is Giannis in his bag. Nice fadeaway. Real Dirk Nowitzki. Too small, too little. Get off me. And he loves it.
.341 of what's been an amazing second half performance by Greece. And there's no let up. There's a relentless side to every great team, and Greece have that right now. The score is immaterial to what they're trying to do. That's not the deal. The deal is we're going to play defense.
And for me, Greece has really answered the question of, are we going to impose ourselves? Are we going to show Ukraine that we're the better team in this group?
Again, the rotation is good. Papapetru, who's had limited minutes today, largely because the team wanted to run, and Coach Atudis is happy with other people. It's not his turn. He's back in the game right now, though.
Mihailouk's still on the bench. He hasn't rotated as well as he did in the first half, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think he's, Mihailouk, it's like the game's done. So we're going to keep you out. Shannon. Lin rebounds that with both feet on the floor, lines up the three, knocks that one down.
Real nice. He does have that range.
Yep.
He's shown it all throughout the tournament. 10 points now.
Back out, still a 16-point game though, and still now just 3 minutes remaining. Slukas stops, pops the two, doesn't get it to roll. Then pulls it down, chance to run here. He puts it on the floor, gets to the far side of the ring, he's blocked. They're long, they're so long defensively.
Yep.
Papapetru, Antetokounmpo, Agravanit. What are you doing with Papagiannis out there as well? Everybody's got such length. It doesn't matter how far you lean, you're not going to be able to lean far enough. And they're just drying the basketball off on the Greek bench.
And the Greek fans there love it.
There's that little section right behind the bench. Haven't stopped clapping that bench. Shannon down the lane to the corner. Lin, who's just made his last three, can't get the next one to go. Antetokounmpo. See now, as you said, Chenko's picking him up early, taking him to the sideline. Okay, he fouled him, but there wasn't no just walk it down the floor and look to get a shot. Antetokounmpo gets to the foul line, stops, pops, scores. I mean, it's just...
He's really loving it, isn't he? That mid-range for him. Ever since I said, hey, it's not in his game, he's said, you know what, Azania, be quiet. Let me show you.
The kick. Zotov doesn't get it to go. Slukas is in transition, and in transition quickly. Goes up to the stairs for the Papapetru pass. And they'll take the timeout, Ukraine. And it's no good one guy coming into the break. As a team, they have run the floor. There was no option for Slukas, and Papapetru gave him one easy two in the end just because he outworked everybody. Timeout, Ukraine. They've done enough. I think Ukraine has done enough now, though, for it not to be a negative. Yeah, that third quarter, it was dangerous. Could have got very ugly for them, but they've done a nice job in this fourth quarter.
Давай постараемся сейчас сыграть. Играй кулак с Алексом, кулак один. И потом, 15 с Алексом. Он получает, поменяются. Сыграем так, как мы должны. Передача вперед. Ничего не можем. Передача назад. Но постараемся использовать Алекса после. Да играем. Умно. Учимся.
Well, here is all of Giannis Antetokounmpo's highlights. He's gone into his offensive bag. The 15-footer has been working for him, timeless. Also, Dorsey, happy to see him after 2 early fouls. Really got out of rhythm in the first half, but he sits on 13 points, shooting a nice clip from the floor. And he will go to the bench.
Dorsey stays on the bench. Agravanis in the game, Perpetu in the game, and Papagiannis in the game. That's the front line. Larentzakis and Slukas in the backcourt. Nice pass. It goes up for 2 is good. Nice finish around the ring. 18-point game, 1:48 to go. Greece would love to put up the 100-point. Slukas gets the ball screen, gets a little separation and space. Agravanis.
5 on the clock.
Gonna have to put it up. Larentzakis is long. Great work on the glass. Salon really competed well. Ukraine. Utsov goes inside. Lin. Faces, puts it on the floor, spins the baseline, and tried to kick, but no one moved. And Perpetu tried to push, just didn't have the legs. Great pass, great cut. Larentzakis for 2.
Nice finish. And guess who's sent to the bench is Thanasis to sub in.
Yeah,
so
well.
He starts the game and he doesn't see the floor again.
Until 90 with 1 minute to go.
Very interesting.
Again, same penetration to the middle, the extra pass. The open 3 is short. Larentzakis drops it inside. Perpetu going baseline is foul. And Tachenko saying, hey, I didn't get that call down there. But there's the blocking foul.
And Papagiannis gets a standing ovation and high five. He's played very well also.
Well, Perpetu with the first of the free throws. I don't get the last minute bit of putting him back.
No, and he actually went to go sit back down and coach said, no, you're going back in. Anyway, he always has a smile and is light-hearted about it and is happy to play any minutes.
Vladislav Bobrov checks back in. He's got the last minute as well. Zotov will take the ball screen. Tachenko will flare. Puts it on the floor, to the middle, spins back, needs a pass, has nowhere to go, finds Zotov for the 3, is way off. Tachenko picks the rebound up off the floor and cuts it to a 20-point game. And Greece are gonna walk this one off. Classy, absolute class from Greece.
Tremendous game by the Greeks, really put the Ukraine to bed in the third, didn't they?
Oh, absolutely. 60-point second half for them. And everybody they just played at a different level and a different place in that second half. They ran, they pushed, and they end up 99-79 winners over Ukraine. Stay unbeaten. Ukraine suffered their first loss. Still, both teams will qualify for the second round. But that was impressive. There's the numbers.
Yeah, there's the numbers, and really, Greece didn't really put a foot wrong in the second half, and it was that man there, Giannis Antetokounmpo, finishing with 41 big points. He manages to, he has 9 rebounds, so he was one off his average of a double-double. There he is, 41 points. And Mihailuk is the 16 points there. We didn't really see him again. Maybe coach just said, okay, enough is enough, but the Greeks have done their job to be the top of the table.
Well, here's the best plays in the second half, and they started okay in the third quarter. They got the options they wanted for the first couple of possessions, and then it all started to be Greek. Agravanis from very, very deep. And it just went from good to impressive to great for Greece. They pushed the ball so well, and then they made like cute decisions. And they're just, Greek basketball is so intelligent, it's so technically good, and they look good.
And what they did also is push the tempo. They really turned up the heat. They went faster and faster on both ends. On offense, they started to put pressure on the Ukrainians to figure it out. And then on their defense, really stopped and got Ukraine out of their kind of offensive sink in motion. They had to try and really force up shots.
Yeah, absolutely right. And at both ends of the floor, they made an adjustment in the locker room and then put it on the floor. And Coach Atudis again demonstrates his team are all on the same page as him, and they really do play for each other. That was impressive.
They do.
As impressive a performance as we've seen, I think, anywhere, because the Ukraine is playing well.
They are, and you know what? And for Greece right now, they're firing on all cylinders. Every person who touched the floor scored. So that is a great thing going in, especially into your last game. Tomorrow's a day off. Yep, tomorrow's a day off. We both need it. And then into their final game. And they're at the top of the table. That is very, very impressive for them.
Oh, they were fun today. They were fun. That's the best way to describe it. Absolutely fun to watch.
And I'm also happy with Dorsey after having that struggling first half. Got in foul trouble and then really answered back and finished with 13 points in the second half.
Yeah, it's impressive, as you say, and I'm starting to think of any Greek player that came in and didn't do a job, and
yeah,
and there's no one. And Papanikolaou, you know, Coach always refers to how good he is, and what a captain. Did everything he needed to do. You know, this team is deep. It's Agravanis gives you the same stuff he always gives you. They were just good with a capital G. They were just, it was fun. Well, gonna get a look at the results up till now. 20-point win for Greece. Later, Italy and Croatia. Italy really need to win to feel good about themselves as much as anything else. That's later. This is how it affects the table in Group C. Greece with a perfect 4-0 record. Ukraine still sit proudly in second place. Croatia could join them if they beat Italy. And then, well, you know, difficult situation for Italy. But for now, from Azania and myself, it's goodbye.